Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of the Hermitpack. And in today's episode, we are going to be doing some more work on our base. We got a really good start on it last episode, and I do want to do some more work on this thing. I also have switched out my texture pack. I was using the Halcyon Days custom skies, which I use for a lot of my stuff, but they were causing some weird rendering issues, like the atomic disassembler wasn't rendering properly. So I swapped it out for Dramatic Skies, which is actually the same one that Iskal's using, I believe. But anyway, that's been switched as well, so we might see some of that. And actually, I think it'll probably be a little bit more fitting once we get into, with this kind of evilish tower. Yeah, should be good. But anyway, let's see if we can maybe do some more work on this thing. So I think what I want to do, excuse me, we've got kind of this, this shape so far, and then I think I want it to be kind of rounded. I want like a big circle here, kind of in the middle. So let's grab some cobblestone. That should be good. And let's find the center point of this whole thing. Looks to be right here. Ooh. There we go. So this is our... I'm getting weird noises. Oh, does this thing have a new noise now? Or is that part of the texture pack? That's a little different. Huh. I'm hearing sounds I haven't heard before. Anyway, whatever. It's fine. So let's bring this up and bring it out to about here, I think. Let's see. We'll go... Yeah, right there. Come on, get up here. There we go. Let's just do away with those. And I think this is going to be kind of where the circle's going to start. Right here. So let's go maybe 5 on this side. Like so. And I'm not using a circle chart for this. So let's see. About there. And then maybe 2. And then 1. Yeah. I think that's about as good as we're going to get, I think. But I think this will be a good circle shape. So we'll get it all kind of marked out a little bit. And like so. So I think that'll be good. Awesome. All right, let's put this cobblestone all away. And let's grab our basalt, these kind of thingies here. And we'll go here, 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 here. And basically in each of these corners, I'm going to plop down some of these pillars. And let's bring those up 5 high to start with. There we go. How's that going to feel for height? No, that's going to have to go higher. Let's go 10. So let's see. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's bring them up that high instead. Let me get that done. All right. So there we go. That looks pretty good. So now, now that we've got that kind of marked out, I'm just going to come through here and I'm going to get rid of this cobblestone underneath. Like so. And then I think we're going to add another one of these to the bottom. Another one of these basalt things. We'll add one more block to the bottom of each of these. All right, guys. So I've got that done, and I also went ahead and filled in the brown area around this. And I just wanted to show you the skies at night. These kind of dramatic skies. They're looking pretty good. They're looking pretty good indeed. There's several of us on the server right now, so I'm sure somebody is going to sleep. But I just wanted to kind of take a look at these before that happens. I think that's very perfect for kind of this dark, ominous sort of area. Now, the next thing we're going to need to do, I think, is I kind of hate to fill all this stuff in, but I think it's kind of got to get done. Because I'd like to continue having these sort of dark oak plank borders, but I don't know. Let's actually do this. Let's get some hardened stone. Let's see if maybe we can make a background here in such a way that we don't totally mess up this back part. Let's see. So I put some in here, and I think in here. And the rest of these I think I pretty much left alone. So we could go... How do we want to do this? I mean, we could do something like this, and this will give us the circle shape we want. But I'd really kind of prefer to have our circle kind of around like this instead. Because then we can still work some of those lines in, which I think will look really good. Right? Like this? Is that how we had it? How did we do that? Yeah. Okay, so we did this, basically. Although, I think it would be better like that. So we do kind of a shape like this. There we go. And then we can fit in some of these planks kind of around these edges, which will still let us get that kind of circular shape, but hopefully in such a way that we can still add detail to the walls. That's really what I'm more concerned with here. Let's see if we can build this up. Yeah, about there. That should be fine. And then we'll say here, like that, like this. Yeah, that'll totally work. This will totally work for a shape, I think. Something's not right. This one's wrong. There we go. So we need to fix this then, too. There we go. That's better. So you go there, you go here. Here and here. Yeah, that's better. Okay, cool. So let's build this up a ways. Not there. Here. Beautiful. And like so. Awesome. Okay, now let's make some more hardened stone bricks, and let's bring this thing up 10 high, all the way up there. And now you can see we're kind of starting to get this tower shape, and it's starting to look pretty cool, I think. So let's kind of space these out a bit. Like here, I think. And then here. How's that look for spacing? That looks pretty good. I think that'll do. So let me get this done, and I'll be back with you in a sec. All right, so this is looking good. Now I think it's time to make another smaller circle to bring the tower up a bit further. So let's, once again, go ahead and grab our cobble. And we just got to find our center point, which is right here. Okay. And then we'll go... Well, actually, this is going to be super, super easy, isn't it? There's our center. we found our circle. That was a bit easier than I had thought it was going to be. We've already got a circle all ready to go. So let's get rid of this stuff. And we'll get rid of this stuff right here. There we go. And then let's build these up. And we're going to do essentially the same thing. So let me get that kind of... I'll kind of lay out the base blocks, if you will. And then I'll bring these up a ways. All right, guys. I am back. So the tower's kind of coming along. I almost think it needs to be... I don't know if I necessarily want it taller than that. I mean, this is already super tall, but I think it does need to kind of come out a bit at this point. So I'm kind of thinking we bring it out like this on all sides. And then this will basically be the top. Like the very top level of the tower, and we'll have something up here that will be, you know, interesting and kind of cool and all that kind of good stuff. So, let's see. Shape-wise, it kind of comes out like that. I think what we do is right here, we'll go... here, up one again, 3, and we'll do more, we'll do a couple more of those spikes. But not as, those are too big. They need to be smaller than the ones we did down below. Otherwise, it's just going to look out of place. So, let's do this. Let's go... here, let's go 4, and we'll just kind of do maybe something like that. How's that seem? That does seem better. Yeah, that definitely seems better than what was there before. And then we just kind of have to. Can't talk. Words are hard. Let's maybe bring this down. Something sort of like that. And we'll do that on all sides. And I'll kind of dress it up and make it look better as well. And then this center portion will be the top of the tower. So let me get some work done on this. All right, guys, I am back. Check that out. That is gorgeous and looking awesome. And the sun is setting. I'm loving this thing. I am absolutely loving it. I wish I had slabs for this texture that went like vertically instead of this way. Ooh, I do. Let's just get a couple of those. And, I can't place them the way I need them to place. Although, actually, isn't there like a way to rotate? Oh, no, apparently not. That's too bad. But, ultimately, we may end up switching out the texture for these actual spikes to something different. Something still the same color, still dark, still very, almost kind of blackish, probably another form of basalt. But I don't know if I want this kind of this Celtic texture is what it's called, this pillar. I don't know if I necessarily want that texture for the spikes, because I think it looks a little bit out of place, but I think it still looks good. And then up here at the very top, this is where we'll have probably a blood magic altar is kind of what I'm thinking, or something like that. I don't know. We'll do something up here that'll be, you know, relevant and important and kind of make that a centerpiece of everything. So that is looking amazing. That is looking absolutely amazing. Now, I do kind of want to sort out the entrance here as well, which I know is going to be about here-ish or so. And then let's just kind of knock out a space for this, because our entrance is going to be right here. It's going to be 5 wide. So let's just kind of do that. And the shape of our entrance is basically going to be like that, except coming up about here. Actually, that could work. That's a little simpler than I was imagining, but this might actually work just fine, just like this. That seems like such a cop-out, though. But I'm actually really happy with the shape of that and the way that it looks. There's part of me that just wants to say, it's good. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe like that instead. Because we do still need the spike, and we don't want to mess with the spike too much. Otherwise, it's not going to be good. Right here, I suppose. We got to figure out also where the door itself is going to be. I mean, I suppose we could maybe do the door right here, and it would be a bit bigger, or a bit smaller and thinner. So something kind of like this, perhaps, and then we could still work in some of these dark oak slabs, like so. Maybe. I don't think I like those ones right there. I think I like the ones at the bottom, but I don't like the rest of them. So let's maybe do this and just leave it like that. And then maybe we bring this down one more. Because that's still a pretty good-sized entrance. Like, that's huge. And let's just see here. These... Yeah, we've got in here. That can come down like this. And then we can put in... Oh, that's kind of nice. That's really kind of nice. I think I liked it better the way it was. I like these up here. They kind of look like eyes. This kind of looks almost like a helmet of some sort, which is kind of cool. Maybe we take these ones out and just get a little bit of extra detail in here. Like that. I don't know. Maybe we'll leave it the way it was for now, and we can come back and we can kind of tweak it and change it later. Although over here, these... Oh, you know what? I just totally forgot to do this stuff. There's supposed to be stuff over here. I believe it's supposed to be like that. I think. Let's look at this one here. No. Almost, but not quite. It's supposed to be like that. Right? Does that look correct? Yes. Okay, cool. So, bearing that in mind, let's see here. So, starting at this level, we would have this one missing and that one missing. And then, other than that, I think it's pretty much spot on for how it would be, except for the fact that we've got this entrance here. And actually, these could go away as well. And we could do that. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Also, I know we've got cobblestone all over the floor here, but don't worry, that'll be changed. That's going to be different. We'll get in here and we'll do something different with the floor. But I really like the way that looks. That's a pretty cool looking base. Not bad for 2 episodes of work, if I do say so myself. Yeah, okay. So now, I think we need to figure out what we're going to do for this. I've got cobblestone here, but it's just a temporary kind of filler block, if you will, because it's easy to swap out. There's a wand here called the swapping wand. And what I can do, I don't really remember how to use it though. Sneak right click to select a block, right click on block to replace. Okay, so for example, if I wanted to set this to dark oak, I can do that, and I can go boop, and it replaces it with dark oak. So pretty cool. Very, very useful wand. And then I believe you can also like change the, so equal sign. Maybe? It's bound to something else, I'm sure. But either way, you can also change the mode of it as well, which is pretty cool. And it'll increase like the amount of space that it will replace at once. And it will only do one texture. So like all this cobblestone I can replace without having to worry about it messing with the other stuff. So we need to figure out what we're going to do for a texture there. And I don't really think regular stone is the way to go. I am kind of considering trying to make it natural looking and going with like dirt and stone possibly. It would fit the area. I'm also considering trying to do something entirely different. So it's hard to say. Let's try the dirt thing. Let's try the dirt thing and see what we think. We can always change it at a later time if we feel the need to. Let's grab a battery here so we can recharge this thing. There we go. Looking good. Okay, so I need dirt, and quite a decent amount of it. That should be enough, but let's get a bit more, just in case. Not coarse dirt. There we go. So, we'll go back over here, and let's just select a piece of dirt. There we go. And let's swap this cobblestone out for dirt. And what happens is it's taking it out of my inventory, as you can see. So it works pretty well. Oh, no, not select cobblestone. There we go. And power-wise, it looks like it's consuming power very slowly, so that's actually good. And we'll just do all of this until it's not really visible anymore. It'll hide the stone. It also is going to provide us some better contrast here when we look at the tower as it sits on top of this platform. And then the other thing you can see is my inventory is actually filling up with cobblestone too. So we get our cobblestone back, which is kind of cool. And the plan is also to use this when we make a basement for this thing to swap out the pieces, the parts of sand and things like that. So we'll hollow out whatever space we need. We'll swap out walls using this, and it'll be good. There we go. Let's just see how this looks. There. Here, 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 here. We're getting closer. Look at those beautiful skies. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And we're almost done. There. Hey. There we go. All right, so that's a dirt base. Now, we would want to grow grass on it and stuff like that. I don't think I'm really a fan of the dirt, though. I don't like the color of it. It doesn't look evil. It doesn't look ominous. I think I would prefer smooth stone, maybe? Although then again, it's so hard to judge when you don't actually have grass. So, let's go... Let's take a sleep, and we'll see what we can come up with. Alright guys, I am back. So, one thing I can make is this silky jewel. And it's not too difficult to make. It's basically just some string, some gold ingots, and then an emerald. And it'll basically give my excavator silk touch. And that would actually be a very, very good thing for it to have. So why don't we make 4 of those? We'll put that back. We'll grab an emerald. And silky jewel. There we go. And then we'll throw this guy in here. It does have some open modifiers. So there we go. We now have a silk touch excavator. Hi. Go away. Stupid zombie. So now we've got a silk touch excavator. That means we can get our hands on some grass. And I think I'm just going to kind of come over here into the dark oak forest. Just get some from over here. I don't really need a ton of it because I can get a whole bunch. I can get the grass to spread very quickly using Torturino. At least I think that... I'm almost positive that'll that'll affect the speed. I'm pretty sure grass growing is one of the things it affects. But we will need some grass to start with. So, let's grab this Torturino. Let's head... Tower should be up here in the north a little bit. Should see it come into view distance. Oh, yeah, look at that. That looks so good. I love it. Okay, so we will put you right here. We'll plop down a Torturino. 9x3x9. Oh, yeah. Look at the difference there. That goes so quick. That's super quick. Wow. That's insane. Yep, that definitely speeds it up. I don't think I particularly like it, though. Not close enough. Let's put it here instead. There we go. What do we think of that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I do. I don't think I like the grass. I think we're going to have to go with... Well, actually... It's not that bad. I mean, we'd have to kind of come in here and sort of mess some stuff up, make it look, less planned and more natural. You know what I mean? But I think it could be done. It's just a matter of, will it look good? And I don't necessarily know that it will. I think it would look better. Now I gotta remember where I had blocks before. That's the other challenge here. Let's see. So we didn't have a block like that, I think. And then here. Is that right? Do those two look even? Yeah, I think. I think they do. Maybe. No. That guy needs to go away. There we go. Now I think they should be even. Almost. And you. Okay. But anyway, you guys get the idea. I think I'm going to go ahead and call this one here, though, guys. I need to figure out what I want to do for the base of the tower. And then I think next episode we can finally start working on the interior, getting some of that kind of stuff sorted out, start getting moved in, all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, that is going to do it for me. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.